WYMT Mountain News at 6.
The second escape in as many months. Tonight, the search is on for two inmates who overpowered a jail guard in Hazard. Here's the men police need your help finding: Carl Engel and John Miller. Jail officials say during the altercation, they were able to take the guard's keys. The jail administrator told WYMT's Will Puckett he is sick over it.
It is an escape that falls directly on his shoulders.
And I'm going to take full responsibility for my jail and for the actions in this jail.
In just 3 months, jail administrator Lonnie Brewer has had to deal with a total of 6 inmates making a run for it.
First time was a set of keys being dropped. This time, inmates assaulting a deputy and taking keys.
These are the two men police in Perry County are looking for now.
Well, they're both drug addicts, and it seems to be a common theme.
Carl Engel and John Miller assaulted a deputy jailer, took his keys, and then unlocked the 3 doors it takes to escape.
Decisions like these gentlemen made, they don't have no regard for authority, have no regard for law enforcement, have no regard for the fact that they're incarcerated.
Last time an escape happened, it cost a deputy their job. This time, it is bringing changes to the way the jail runs.
We're going to move them down to where it's going to be an extra door in the middle of the jail where they can't have access to get out that easy.
Plus new locks that no longer require keys to protect those inside and out. In Perry County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Brewer says they have a procedure in place where deputies do not go into cells alone. However, due to understaffing, this time that protocol was not followed. In Breathitt County, deputies charged a man with murder in connection with a weekend shooting. Sheriff's deputies say this man, Dial Prater, fired 2 shots at his son James, killing him. Investigators say he told them his son hit him with some sort of object and he feared for his life. A doctor at Kentucky River Medical Center pronounced James dead. Dial Prater is scheduled for arraignment on Thursday. A trial date is set for a Whitley County man accused of murdering his girlfriend. Jury selection for Nicholas Rucker is set to begin December 10th. Police believe he shot and killed Vicky Connor back in May. He was on the run for more than a month before being arrested in Corbin on July 4th. The trial will take place in Knox County. A Floyd County man was found dead in his home on Friday. Officials believe 63-year-old Paul Fultz was dead long before they arrived. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with neighbors about the precautions they are taking to keep their families safe.
A community in shock.
Very unbelievable, like it was 20 feet from my house.
Jesse Taylor came home Friday to see his driveway filled with police cars.
It's so scary. I mean, you see it every day on the news, but it doesn't hit you until it's at home.
Last week, 63-year-old Paul Fultz was found dead inside his home.
He was there for several days. I don't know the pinpointed a time yet, but it was more than 2 or 3 days probably.
William Petrie with Kentucky State Police says they believe Fultz was murdered.
Cause of death has not been determined by autopsy yet, but that will be a few days down the road.
After years of living here, Taylor may be looking for a new home.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting out of this area. Like, this is just not home anymore. I've been here since 2001, and it doesn't feel like home.
While he hopes someone with information comes forward soon.
We want whoever did it just come out and confess, make our home a safer place, make our community a safer place.
Locking their doors and watching their back. In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
If you have any information about this case, you can call Kentucky State Police Post 9 at 606-433-7711. All tips can remain anonymous. A grand jury will hear a Clay County stabbing case. Ricky Gregory faces a first-degree assault charge. Sheriff's deputies say he stabbed a man September 18th. They found the victim lying in the middle of the road, stabbed in the torso. A grand jury will decide whether or not to indict Gregory. A Rockcastle County jail escapee is back in custody after being on the run since late Sunday afternoon. This is John McClure. Officials say he climbed out of the jail's recreation area on Sunday afternoon. They found him with his girlfriend on Monday. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on how the inmate was recaptured.
7 inmates were in the jail's fenced-in recreation area Sunday when the jailer says that John McClure climbed out.
45 minutes after being inside the rec area, Mr. McClure climbed up the fencing to the top and broke the chain loose and fencing loose and was able to get outside the rec area.
That was about 3:30 Sunday afternoon. The jailer says they got some really good tips between Sunday night and Monday morning on where he might be.
Possibly getting help from a girlfriend of his.
Police went to that girlfriend's home, and she said that he was not there.
And that time he had jumped out the window and jumped in some wooded area around bars, and we had enough time to surround it.
Police say he was found in some thick brush and briars nearby and taken into custody. What was your freedom like?
It wasn't long.
Then back into jail. His girlfriend, Megan Richards, was also charged.
I'm glad that we was able to get him back in custody in less than a day's time.
Police and the jailer say they're still investigating the escape, and they say that more people could be arrested because of it. Richards was arrested for helping McClure, but was released after posting bond. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
McClure was being held on burglary and criminal mischief charges, but will now face additional charges of escape. In Perry County, police need your help identifying someone in a theft case. Here is a picture they posted on Facebook. Deputies say the person backed up a truck and stole several items, including 2 batteries that went on construction equipment. Anyone with information can call 606-439-4523.
We saw plenty more sunshine today. We actually started out with a few of those clouds, but really have seen those mostly sunny skies throughout the evening. We'll go ahead and take you to a few of those cameras looking along Interstate 64 into Moorhead. You can see a few of those clouds over there, but overall, of course, those mostly sunny skies and drier conditions. Looking into the Mountain Parkway over into Powell County, sun now starting to set, but still pretty warm and dry over there as well. Now, we did see lots of isolated rain chances for today. Very, very light at times. Really didn't get in on as much rain as we would have liked, and as we scan the skies now, most of those moving out. We're seeing a little bit of a pop-up shower in that northern Letcher County right on the border of Pike County. Also seeing one over into Rockcastle County. But there's those temperatures still on the steamy side unless you're in Harlan, getting a little bit of a cool down as I saw a nice shower earlier, but still pretty warm in Prestonsburg, 87 into Jackson, 90 Somerset, 93 down into Monticello. Now, of course, we broke those records once again at Jackson and London. 94 was the high at Jackson, 92 was the high at London, which broke both the records that were set back in 1986 in London and 1986 in Jackson, 1971 in London. Numbers are difficult today. Of course, we'll continue to break records as we head into the next couple of days, but what about those rain chances? I'll have that and more coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, Paige, thank you. And believe it or not, tomorrow is October, but walking outside, it still feels like August. September 2019 will also go down in history as one of the driest months ever. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to some folks who are ready for the crisp fall days.
The parks are empty, the pool is closed, and the leaves are starting to change, but it still feels like we're in the dog days of summer.
It's too hot. It shouldn't be this hot.
Deja Wilson has 2 words to describe this extended summer.
Dry and lifeless.
Temperatures are 20 degrees above average, and even the dogs want nothing to do with the heat.
They don't really want to do much. They just kind of walk around and then come and lay back down.
And while locals are tired of walking outside and sweating, workers for the Housing Development Alliance say the heat makes their projects go longer.
When it cools off, we tend to get a lot more done because you don't have to brake that much. But if you don't take breaks, it's hard on your body.
Along with the heat, the severe drought makes the dust fly.
Yeah, the dust is so thick when you step, you can just see the dust and you have to breathe all that. It'd be nice to have a little bit of dampness.
And what do they think when they see the temperatures?
Day off.
Do not want to get out of bed.
Hoping a glimpse of fall will soon appear. In Perry County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, heat records have been broken for 4 days in a row now, and it could go all the way up to 7, it sounds like. About 3 inches of rain is supposed to fall in an average September. there's only been a trace in Jackson. Tomorrow also marks the start of the fall forest fire season. An area of the Red River Gorge is closed after a forest fire. These are some pictures from Facebook. Daniel Boone National Forest officials say the fire happened at Sky Bridge. An escaped campfire caused it. The area is closed while firefighters work to establish containment lines. Happening now in Hyden, an informational hearing for Black Jewel miners. Last week, you'll remember the protest ended in Cumberland. Tonight, attorneys plan to update miners on the status of negotiations to get their unpaid wages. If a deal is not reached by tonight, court-ordered mediations could begin as soon as tomorrow. We'll have an update on all this tonight at 11. For those wanting to vote in the November election, time to register is running out. As of today, you have 1 week to check your registration. You have 2 ways you can do that. You can go to your county clerk's office or go to elect.ky.gov. At the top of the ticket this year, of course, is the governor's race. Governor Matt Bevin is seeking re-election against Democratic challenger Attorney General Andy Beshear. As Suicide Prevention Awareness Month comes to a close, Mountain Comprehensive Care Center is working to give people across the region the best access to prevention resources. The center joined the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline Network, which means local calls to the hotline are rerouted to the Prestonsburg Crisis Stabilization Unit. Those involved say the partnership gives better access to local people seeking help or information.
It's important to be answered by people within your community because people outside the community don't have access to the resources that we have here.
Those involved say people feel more comfortable speaking to someone who understands and can provide quicker access to the things they need. That helpline number is 1-800-273-8255.
And of course, we are going to see more record-breaking temperatures as we head into the next 3 days. But what about rain? What records have we broke with that? Well, I'll have that and more coming up in just a few short minutes.
But first, a special wall is unveiled to honor those who have donated organs in Letcher County.
When you see news happening,